We're living in the beginning of mass extinction. The Earth, which you may know as a blue planet, Captain America is always trying to save, or simply as a place where Brad Pitt lives. Anyway, the Earth has had generally bad news this week. White House reports that global warming threatens every part of the continent, and it's not distant future scenario, as climate change is affecting us now. My name is Daribayeva Janur, and the show is starting. The global warming is the biggest environmental challenge facing our planet today. It's important to understand the seriousness of the situation. The fuel we use to power our cars, houses, and businesses is causing the planet to heat up faster than expected. The result has risen in the hottest days and decades ever recorded. To make matters worse, the temperature of the Earth has risen to the highest point in the past 12,000 years. If we don't take action now, the situation will only get worse. The best people to consult on this topic are scientists. Let's invite them to the studio. Hello, Tavşan.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to our show. As I mentioned earlier, we would like to hear the opinions of experts regarding the most common topic of our days, global warming.
Thank you for inviting us. We're glad that you brought up a serious topic to this show. We agree that global warming is a really serious problem that occurs in our planet. And there are a lot of factors influence the global warming.
Okay, and what are the main factors currently affecting the environment?
Actually, there are a lot of causes that for occurrence of global warming. But during the investigation, we figure out three main factors. First one is overconsumption. Consuming too much can have significant impact on our planet. The choice that we make in our daily lives, such as how we power our homes, how we travel, what we eat, and how much waste we produce, all these things contribute to greenhouse gas emissions. It's not only just about our personal habits, even our consumption, such as clothing, electronics, and plastics, adds to this emission. Surprisingly, a significant portion of global gas emissions can be attributed to individuals' households. The way that we lead our lifestyle can have a significant and vital impact on the health of our Earth. The second thing is deforestation. Plants and trees play an important role in regulating climate because they absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen into the air. But humans clear vast areas of forest for farming, urban development, and to sell tree products like palm oil. When forest is removed and burned, and the stored carbon dioxide is released back into the air as CO2, and this contributes to global warming. And third one is overpopulation. An increase in population means more people breathing, and this leads to the increasing the level of carbon dioxide, which is the primary gas contributing to global warming into the atmosphere.
So you have dealt with research in Antarctica.
Yes, the continent most affected by global warming is Antarctica. Antarctica is the coldest continent on Earth, but it is warming at one of the fastest way. And the average temperatures on the Antarctica has risen by 3 degrees in the region over the past 50 years. It's dangerous because global warming and the climate plays a big part in our day, and it's linked Antarctica and the climate.
And if it's not secret, how many years it took?
Our study lasted about 5 years, and the goal of our research to understand how global warming is affecting Antarctica, and we discovered 2 visible signs of climate change.
And if I'm not mistaken, you met each other in the process.
Yes, he and I were on the same Antarctic team, and we developed a close relationship between ours and while working together. Now I want to say about our research. As I mentioned before, we discovered 2 visible signs, and the first thing we discovered was ice melt. warmer temperatures contributes melting of ice shelves in Antarctica. Between 1992 and 2017, Antarctica lost more than 3 trillion tons of ice. The model we built shows that by the end of the century, the same rate of ice melting will be observed in Antarctica. According to our report, by 2015, the rate of ice melting will speed up by two times, and compared to the current rate. And by 2100, the ice of Antarctica may stop existing.
The second thing is the rising of sea levels. As ice melts, the water from Antarctica contributes to the rising of sea levels. This can have far-reaching consequences for coastal areas around the world, affecting both human population and ecosystem.
So do you have any kind of prediction for the future?
Yes, we will most likely not see the Antarctic system recover the way it did, say, 15 years ago. It will take decades, if not centuries. There is no quick way to replace this ice, and it will certainly take a lot of time, even it is possible.
Okay, and thank you for spending this evening with us, for sharing your knowledge and experiences. We look forward to seeing you again. Thank you. If global warming affects the environment, does it also affect animals? Let's invite our zoologist to explore this topic further. Hello, Angela. So, as I mentioned earlier, we would like to hear your opinion about this topic.
So yes, I agree with my colleagues. Climate change is a serious and very important topic. By my opinion and by opinion of my colleagues, we think that climate change affects everyone in every way, but humans, on the other hand, don't struggle as much as other species on this earth, because since 1800s, a lot of climate change problems had been caused mainly by us because of fuels and other dangerous things that we produce. So we can protect ourselves, but animals can't. And it's very sad and disturbing thing, and that is why we study animals and we try to help them every day.
Is climate change causing suffering to animals?
Yes, climate change is causing suffering to animals in various ways. For example, climate change can increase the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events, such as hurricanes, droughts, and wildfires. These events will have destructive effects on animals' population. Furthermore, global warming is forcing many species to change where they live. As temperature rise, some places will become too hot for animals that live there. Consequently, they will have to migrate out from overheated areas to cold areas. In some cases, some species will die off.
Which animals are currently facing difficulties?
Global warming is affecting a wide range of animals, such as polar bears, reindeers, Arctic foxes, and snowy owls, also penguins. There are 18 species of penguins all over the world, 5 of which live in Antarctica, and another 4 live in subantarctic islands.
And polar bears might just go extinct as many animals had done before.
What will happen soon if things don't change in the world?
If things don't change, everything except us will evolve. I'm talking about the animals. They will evolutionate, but it won't be good, because as you can see, for example, we can show you some pictures. This is polar bears as we know them right now. As you can see, great creatures, but in a few years, I would like to say, our experimentation showed us that these creatures might look something like that. And as you can see, because of the high temperature, they wholeheartedly changed their appearance, and it doesn't look good, as you can imagine. But it's not polar bears, it's every animal that lives in Antarctica. For example, penguins that my colleague had talked about, they will look something like that, and it also doesn't look good because they had lost every feather they had, and their ability to hunt and to prey animals is simply been erased. And it's really sad because they can change their appearance and they can change the way they live, and that way they will just die off eventually. And that's what we expect to happen to every animal, even without evolving. we are just worried that everything will go to hell.
Okay. All of the information was really helpful in understanding these animals and in animal world. So thank you, and we're all glad to see you again in this studio.
Thank you very much for inviting us.
Despite the serious threat caused by global warming and all the life it supports, there is a hope for a better future. Governments and individuals alike can take steps to address the issue and mitigate its harmful effects. By working together to implement effective solutions and raise awareness, we can make a real difference in reducing impacts of global warming. Let us prioritize our efforts in creating green, safe, and happy planets where all forms of life can thrive and flourish. Let's save our planet.
You should protect our environment.